Let's get this started. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to week number 4 of social quizdancing. A tiny little quiz, just with a bunch of 15 questions and some answers to give you a little bit of fun on a Wednesday night. I'm Ryan Biracree. I'm the Digital Services Coordinator at the Desmond-Fish Public Library, coming to you from my home into presumably yours. Hopefully you're staying home, as we all should be, and wash your hands. So we're going to get through and start some quizzing. So the structure of the quiz, if you haven't done it before, is that I'm going to give you 5 general knowledge questions, 5 little connections in which I give you 4 apparently random clues, and you try to find the hidden connection between those clues, and then 5 questions from a special round. As always, if you have feedback on the quiz, if you want to let me know how you did, I love to know how you did. And if you want to submit any of your own questions for me to use on the show, just email Ryan at desmondfishlibrary.org or send a message to our Facebook or Instagram pages. Cool. So should we get started? I think we should get started. All right. I have some sciencey general knowledge questions today to celebrate science and scientists who are working on the vaccine, and I don't know, they're not all sciencey, but I thought it was a good theme. Okay, so first questions. What work better, red placebo pills or blue placebo pills? Blue placebo pills. What work better, red placebo pills or blue placebo pills? Work better, of course. All right. And number 2, what animal has the smartest arms? What animal has the smartest arms? Okay. Number 3, not a science question. Which items of fast food, first widely available in 1983, come in 4 shapes, according to their makers? The bell, the bow tie, the ball, and the boot. So what fast food comes in the bell, the bow tie, the ball, and the boot? Right. Next question. Question 4. If you're keeping track. All right. So I want you to figure out who this is. Despite having never enlisted in any branch of the armed services, this World War II veteran and Screen Actors Guild member was made an honorary member of the United States Navy and the United States Marine Corps, and was given an official promotion to Buck Sergeant and honorably discharged from the United States Army in 1984 in celebration of his 50th birthday party. Now, despite a speech impediment, he's known all over the world and always wears at least the top half of his naval uniform to this day. Who is he? So, he never enlisted, but is an honorary member of the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Marine Corps, is a Buck Sergeant and honorably discharged from the U.S. Army in 1984 on his 50th birthday, still around, known everywhere, has a speech impediment, was very famous, and wears at least the top half of his naval uniform every day. So who is that? Okay. And last question this round. The amount of pressure the Eiffel Tower puts on the ground per square inch is the same as A, a goldfish out of water, B, a woman in high heels, C, a fully geared pack camel, or D, the Washington Monument. So the amount of pressure the Eiffel Tower puts on the ground per square inch is the same as one of those things. Goldfish out of water, a woman in high heels, a fully geared pack camel, or the Washington Monument. Which one? Okay. That's it for the general knowledge category. Next we have the connections round, in which I give you 4 seemingly random clues, and you tell me what the hidden connection is. So if I gave you clues like dung, scarab, carpet, and VW, you would tell me that they are all beetles. All beetles. Okay. So the way this works is I'm going to show you these clues one after another. If you can get this after the first clue, if you know what the connection is going to be, you get 5 points. If you get it after 2 clues, give yourself 3 points. If you get it after 2 clues, give yourself 2 points. And if you get it after all the clues are over, give yourself 1 point. Okay. Sometimes I get that wrong and that changes every week, but so give yourself the amount of points you think you deserve and be kind to yourself and practice self-care. Okay. So, first connections question. What do these things have in common? Black sheep, brown bear, blue horse, and teacher. What do these 4 things have in common? Black sheep, brown bear, blue horse, and teacher. Okay. Next question. Brigadier Sir Niles Olaf III, Corporal Wojtek, Master Sergeant Big Deuce the Sixth, and Sergeant Stubby. What do those 4 things have in common? Brigadier Sir Niles Olaf III, Corporal Wojtek, Master Sergeant Big Deuce the Sixth, and Sergeant Stubby. What connects those 4 clues? Next one. Waterworks, luxury tax, electric company, and community chest. What connect those things? Waterworks, luxury tax, electric company, and community chest. Okay. Next we have Sasha Velour, Jinx Monsoon, Bibi Zahara Benet, and Bob. Sasha Velour, Jinx Monsoon, Bibi Zahara Benet, and Bob. What connects those 4 apparently random clues? And lastly, Van Veen, Charles Kinboat, Timothy Panine, and Humbert Humbert. What connects those 4 clues? Okay, I'm going to give you a hint, and that is that one of those connections questions and one of the general knowledge questions sort of have the same-ish answer. They're connected, at least. So one of the general knowledge questions, if you get the answer to that, may give you the answer to one of the connections questions, or vice versa, depending on which one you got. So it's a hint for either one of them. Okay, so our last round is a round that's different every week. And this week, because, you know, I have a lot of anxiety, everyone has a lot of anxiety, it's an anxious time, we're going to do things about fears. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you, it's sort of a word one, because I'm going to give you the name of a fear, and then 3 choices, and you try to figure out what the fear is, okay? So I'll give you a fear, I'll give you 3 options, it's a multiple choice question, you have a great chance of getting a lot of them correct. And you tell me which is the correct fear. Okay, so first one. Autophobia. Is it A, fear of cars? B, 2. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3 instead of A, B, and C. That's fine. 2, fear of being alone. Or 3, fear of robots. Autophobia. See how it's sort of a word one? It's a word one. Next, Dendrophobia. Is it 1, fear of trees? 2, fear of dentists? 3, fear of pet allergens, or just animal allergens in general, I think. Fear of trees, fear of dentists, or fear of pet allergens. Next we have Glossophobia. Is it fear of tongues, fear of metals, or fear of public speaking? Fear of tongues, fear of metals, fear of public speaking. Next we have Philophobia. Is it fear of knowledge, fear of Philadelphia, or fear of love? Fear of knowledge, fear of Philadelphia, or fear of love? And lastly, okay, I'm going to pronounce this. Pteromeranophobia. Pteromeranophobia, something like that. Okay. Is it fear of fishing, fear of flying, or fear of dinosaurs? Pteromeranophobia. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know, but I can pronounce that, so maybe that's right. Okay. So if you would like to work out these answers on your own and give yourself some time, feel free to pause now or step out and go do something else. Otherwise, I'm going to start doing the answers right now. Okay. So the first question I asked you was, what works better, red placebo pills or blue placebo pills? The answer is that red placebo pills work better. There's a study found that 14% of people think that pink tablets taste sweeter than red tablets, whereas a yellow tablet is perceived as salty. 11% of people thought of white or blue tablets as bitter, and 10% said orange-colored tablets were sour. So it has more to do with the fact that people seem to have a prejudice toward blue tablets that they think are bitter, as opposed to red tablets, which are semi-sweet. All of them, of course, taste like nothing because they're placebos, but, you know, senses are in the mind, apparently. Okay. Next, I asked you, which animal has the smartest arms? Did you get it? The animal that has the smartest arms is the lovely octopus. Octopus. Of the octopuses, yeah, because I'm talking about like the general, 500 million neurons, 350 million are found in its arms. The arms can actually operate independent of each other, so they can provide sensory feedback and make judgments based on that feedback without having to consult the octopus's brain, which is very cool. Sometimes they get mixed up and they actually steal food from other arms. Very awesome. Octopi, super awesome. Get a chance, check out a book from your local library when we can check you out books about octopi. Next, I asked you, what items of fast food, first widely available in 1983, come in 4 shapes according to their makers: the bell, the bow tie, the ball, and the boot. The answer is the lovely Chicken McNugget. The Chicken McNugget. You may have noticed that the Chicken McNuggets, I should say, come in sort of slightly like shapes, and apparently they are shapes. They're made to be those shapes. Next, I asked you to name this individual. Someone who, despite never having enlisted in any branch of the armed forces, is a World War II veteran and Screen Actors Guild member, was an honorary member of the Navy, the Marine Corps, and was discharged from the Army honorably in 1984 and promoted to Buck Sergeant in celebration of their 50th birthday. They have a speech impediment known the world over and always wears at least the top half of his naval uniform. Who is he? It is Donald Duck. Donald Duck has a United States military record. You can submit a Freedom of Information Act request to view Donald Duck's military record. If you've ever wondered why he left Huey, Dewey, and Louie with Scrooge McDuck, it is because he went to war. And some of his anger they attribute to PTSD. Okay. Life is very funny. And lastly, I asked you, the amount of pressure the Eiffel Tower puts on the ground per square inch is the same as either a goldfish out of water, a woman in high heels, a fully geared pack camel, or the Washington Monument. The answer is a woman in high heels, which apparently puts a different amount of pressure per square inch on the Earth as a woman wearing flats. So, yeah, Eiffel Tower, very impressive. A thing you probably didn't need me to tell you, but it's cool. Awesome. So, next I gave you, next to the connections round, where I gave you 4 apparently random clues, and you give me the hidden connection. So, the first one was black sheep, brown bear, blue horse, and teacher. If you're currently home with your young children, as I am, you will know that these are pages in Brown Bear, the Eric Carle book. Not in order, I might add, which I could do for you right now, but I won't. Next, we have Brigadier Sir Niles Olave III, Corporal Wojtek, Master Sergeant Big Deuce VI, and Sergeant Stubby. And I told you that there was one clue in here that you got a hint from in the general knowledge round, or vice versa. And these are animals with military ranks. Animals with military ranks. So, Brigadier Sir Niles Olave III is a brigadier general in the Norwegian army. He's a penguin, and he lives in Scotland. Corporal Wojtek was a bear that served with the Polish army in the First World War. Master Sergeant Big Deuce VI is the army's donkey mascot, a thing they have. And Sergeant Stubby is, I think, a World War I dog. So those are all animals that have been given official military ranks in various nations. Next one. We have Waterworks, Luxury Tax, Electric Company, and Community Chest. If you got those, you might be playing one of the most unpleasant things to play in quarantine. Those are special spaces in Monopoly. All right. Next we have Sasha Velour, Jinx Monsoon, Bibi Zahara Benet, and Bob. Do you know what those are? Those are all winners of RuPaul's Drag Race. The last one being, the usual name is Bob the Drag Queen. My favorite drag queen. And we can, by mentioning that, mention that we will be, next month, doing a drag queen story hour, virtually. We have a wonderful performer who's going to come in and do some cool stories with the kids. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Next one. Van Veen, Charles Kinboat, Timothy Panine, and Humbert Humbert. Did you get those? Those are all main characters in Vladimir Nabokov novels. So Van Veen is from Ada or Ardor, one of his masterpieces. Charles Kinboat is from Pale Fire. Timothy Panine is from, of course, Panine. And Humbert Humbert, of course, the protagonist of Lolita. I had to do a literary question. We're a library, right? Next, in the fears and anxieties round, I gave you some fears, and you had to tell me what those fears were. So, first one was autophobia. Was it a fear of cars, a fear of being alone, or a fear of robots? It was number 2, fear of being alone. Autophobia, fear of being alone. If you're feeling lonely in quarantine and you're afraid of being lonely, or you're just feeling sad and need someone to reach out to, please let the library know. The library is always here for you, and we have a network of local services that we can point you to, and we're always here as librarians to talk to you as well. But we're more than just books. We're a community, so if you need something, no matter what it is, just reach out, let us know, and we'll connect you to the right people. Next one. Dendrophobia. Is it a fear of trees, a fear of dentists, or a fear of pet allergens? I tried to confuse you on this one. I tried to confuse you on a bunch of these. I tried especially to confuse you on this one. It was a fear of trees. Dendro is the prefix for trees. Dent is the prefix for I'm going to say mouth stuff just because my brain doesn't work because I have a 1-year-old who doesn't sleep. Then I thought maybe I'd confuse it with dander. I don't know. I'm trying to confuse you. Why not? Why not be a bit confused? It's a confusing time. Okay. Next one. Glossophobia. Fear of tongues. Fear of metals. Fear of public speaking. It was fear of public speaking. Glossophobia. Glossolalia is speaking in tongues, is the word for speaking in tongues, so that's why I'm trying to confuse you. Next one. Philophobia. Is it a fear of knowledge, a fear of Philadelphia, or a fear of love? It is number 3, a fear of love. Philadelphia being the city of brotherly love. So, there you go with that prefix. And now the one that I don't want to pronounce here, pheromonophobia or something like that. Is it a fear of flying, fishing, a fear of flying, or a fear of dinosaurs? It is a fear of flying. Ter, P-T-E-R, being a prefix for flight. So that's it for today. Let me know how you did. I always love to know how you did, and I always love to hear your comments and any questions that you have that you'd like me to feature on the show. If you happen to be sitting on some good quiz questions or facts or an idea for a bonus round or anything like that. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Check out our new website at desmondfishlibrary.org, which is very cool. And let us know if you need anything. And stay safe, wash your hands, say hi to a person who might need it. And we'll see you here next week at 6 o'clock, as always. Take care. Have a great night. Bye.